Monoscare reminds you, yes you dear viewer, and admittedly, this is a rare time. I actually have my water bottle filled. It is just not within arm's reach. But you, okay, so look. I believe in staying hydrated. And if I can't hydrate right now, I need you guys to, and I will hydrate vicariously through you. So go ahead and sip some water, go ahead. If you don't have any, go get some, pause it right now, go get some water. Because you know you haven't had enough water today. Come on, you know you haven't. You know you haven't, go get some. In fact, this is the start of the episode. Hey, stop the music, stop it right now, hey. I know you ain't have enough water today. I know you haven't. So get up, get on up, and go get some water. If you don't get water, I can drink water vicariously through you. That's osmosis through the screen. And if you don't have water, then I'll feel dehydrated. And if I feel dehydrated, I know that you haven't had water. So don't even start this episode, pause it right now, and go get yourself a bottle of water. Go fill up a cup, go fill up your bottle, your sports bottle, whatever you gotta do. Go get a sponge and just drench it down your throat if you have to, because if you don't, I'll feel the dryness in my throat, and I will know, and I will not do anything about it, but you know what I will be? I'll be disappointed in you. It's about to be a hot summer season. So be sure to stay hydrated, because I don't know. Good day, good people. So find in the year of the paradigm. Tooling Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, and Omakars. If you know me as the man who is redoing this intro, because halfway through I realized, well, my mic is not picking up. And it is, you know, I always, like, peek over again, because, you know, we had that one time where the mic didn't pick up, for Sunday, and I was like, alright, well, I need to make sure this don't happen to me, and it didn't. And it did. Regardless, though, welcome back to the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and I'd like to, like, take a step back and point out, it's this episode, and then 1 versus 100, and we're done with singles action, and it's finale time. On the other side, once you reach the other side of tag team action, it is just, the tag team last stand. So, we got, what, including this episode, 3 episodes left in regular play. Next Thursday, it is the tag team, OC episode, and the week after that, or maybe 2 weeks after that, it's going to be the free-for-all for the OC. So we're closing up on this season as we approach the summertime. Summertime. So let's do it. Let's rock this. I'm in an Avatar mood again. It happens maybe once every year, maybe once every year and a half, but I always get back into that Avatar mood. You see Uncle Iroh's right there. Uncle Iroh's also, it doesn't help that Uncle Iroh just became the champion in the AWE. He is the all-star champion. That being said, let's take a step back. Because I was like, hey, let's talk about 4 nations. And it's not so much 4 nations specifically, it's also the tribes that these nations are from. So it's a combination of 2 people from each of the installments plus 1 from the Bears. As to who I think would either best suit that style of bending, and or I could best picture growing up in that tribe. Like the Water Tribe, the Fire Nation, the Earth Kingdom, or the Air Nomads. So let's start at the top. We'll explain everybody who's here. Our Agent of Chaos, Hina, let's be real, she's a waterbender. With Kyoko, who I feel like kind of, you know, she's kind of icy, but I feel like more so, I feel like she would fit in with waterbending out of all of these. Mikan, I could see a little waterbending. Mahiru, though, I think more, I could imagine her being like in the Southern Water Tribe or the Northern Water Tribe, just being like, oh yeah, I'm a ball up these snowballs, yuck, yuck. Or actually, other people balling up snowballs. She was like, you guys are so childish, you need to grow up. I could see little Mahiru in like some Water Tribe kids like bundled up clothing. I could see that. Taichi with Yuta, Kaede with Angie. Angie, I could also feel not more so like looking at the tribe itself, I think she would be an interesting water bender. Chisa, as well as Seiko, and last but not least, Usami for the Bears. The Fire Nation, Leon and Taka. Leon, I think he's just got some fire in him, not because of his hair color, and not because of Monsters either, we'll get there. I just feel like the intensity in Leon, I feel like he can channel that rage. And Taka, Nagito with Akane, Genocide Jack and Masaru, Maki and Tenko. I think for the pairs, I feel like they fit fire bending the most. Potentially the Great Gozu with them as well. Munakata and Kurokuma from the Bears. The Earth Kingdom. Mondo, I think really exemplifies Earth bending, the Earth Benders. With Sakura as well. Gundam as well, I think kind of his not longevity, I guess his temerity, his strong will, iron will, a movable object. It just feels like he's very Earth and Earth Kingdom. Nekamaru, Haiji, Jotaro. Kaito was interesting because at first I was like, oh yeah, Kaito's easily gonna be air, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I feel like Kaito's really more of an Earth bender. Maybe not more of an Earth Kingdom kind of guy. Maybe so though. No, Kaito, now the more I think about it, I can see this man's in Ba Sing Se growing up. I can see him in Ba Sing Se. With Cory in the house, Daisaku, with Juzo and Monosuke. Yeah, I feel like Monosuke is just gonna try to make bank in Ba Sing Se. I think he's in the Earth Kingdom. He's definitely there. Air, Hero. This is all about, you know, freedom. I gotta say it's Hero. Makoto too. Hajime, I'll be real, he's here because he played the air guitar. I didn't give really much thought to. I gave thought to pretty much everybody else, but I was like, air guitar? How could I not put our Wizard Roll boy here? Hyoko, and here's the thing, I feel like a lot of, not a lot, but maybe like 4 or 5 members of Danganronpa 2 could have been air. And I was deciding between who should get the second spot, and I decided on Hyoko because I felt like her style of dance contributes to both fire bending and air bending, but I think low-key more so. Even though she is, I believe, dance with fire, I think the stylistic movements almost feel more air bending, kind of light on the feet. Nagisa's our champion, and he is here. He's no longer a double champion, lost those titles to Wattpad. Hiroka is here as well. Rantaro and Kokichi was an interesting one. Kokichi, I felt like also felt like a couple of archetypes, like fire. I think he also kind of feels like earth, but I don't think he feels like water. But I was like, he might be air. He might be an airbender. He might be a goofy airbender. Kizakura, yeah, that one was the easiest one. Mitarai and Shirakuma, and that's what we got today. I guess very quickly, tonight's Fracture, isn't it? So let's talk about it very quickly. It is the first Fracture in WWE 2K24, and tonight is actually Fracture, not like yesterday when I said tonight is Fracture. Tonight it's really Fracture. So let's talk about it, shall we? Tonight, we'll hear from Golden, we'll hear from the Flame Tribe. There's gonna be a lot going on tonight. It is really the first show post Ticket to Paradise, and we have a whole slew of new champions. And a set of champions who, you know, they don't I don't know. Team Wario, or rather Team Wa, will be going 2-on-2 with some team. The Repaired said, hey, we'll see you at Rebellion Live at the last Friday of this month. Now we're locking eyes, we're watching to see what that tag team championship match is gonna be like. There will be no disqualifications, no countouts, there's gonna be no rules, pinfall or submission. That's down the line. Tomorrow night though, or I'm sorry, tonight, I'm all sorts of mixed up, is going to be truly incredible. It will be the first step towards AV Mania, and there will be more announcements tonight about what's going forward towards AV Mania, because we got a little stretch, and we have to see what are our rules. When do our champions, I guess rather our Royal Rumble winners have to decide who they're gonna face. That will be very shortly down the line. You'll hear more about it tonight from Sundavy. So more than anything, you just don't want to miss tonight. So, shall we go on? I think we kind of do have to. Let's do just that, but before we do, I guess I gotta spin this wheel, don't I? That's our last bit of business. Once again, not too big, not too worried. Hina, you gonna reign chaos? She's not. Last time I was like, are you? Because it rained real early for tag teams. Order remains unless it hits mid-episode, which is a possibility. But without further ado, let's hang out for just a second longer. Because it'll be a short wheel spin for next week too for 1 versus 100. However, reigning mid-episode is highly likely with how many shenanigans could go on. But walk and talk with me as we talk about last episode. Last episode was... What was last episode? That's a good question. Who can tell me? I can tell you. I'm looking at it right now. It was Pilot's birthday. Little pet sitters. Pilot is also not. There's a basking cam now. One day you might just have Pilot in the bottom corner of the screen, and he'll just be basking. Right now he's just kind of exploring and digging around in the sand. He's a little cutie. I'll give him that. As much as I'll call him a dummy, I do love him to bits. But I digress. Last time, I think I just told you guys to wish Pilot a happy birthday, so yeah, that's what happened. There's a world where the wheel doesn't hit again before the end of the season. The wheel did say F you, I'm hitting now. That is very funny, Side Killer, because that's exactly what happened last time. I like Ema more than Junko now, I don't know why. That's crazy opening. Look at that. Ema appreciation, Ema stocks are rising. Just know, I was first. OMG Pilot from the wind. Happy chaotic birthday, Pilot. It was a very chaotic birthday week for Pilot. Especially with Genshin Nuzlocke streaming AV. He did not have a good time on that day. On that day. Let me see. Dude, Sugi said, this is BS, then, sneak a peek early, and played with Pilot. Yeah. You did play with Pilot this episode, so I mean, like, you know, it was a Pilot day, you know? If you play with Pilot, you win. That's a big old W. And lastly, Kat mentioned Omnitrix Toko, and low-key, Omnitrix Toko was the champion. So, let's walk and talk. I feel like I may have asked this before, but I feel like sometimes that feeling changes. If you had to pick a style of bending that you think would best fit you, would you choose air, earth, fire, or water? And I think that's an easy question. That is an easy question. Now, I do want to take a step further back. If you're not familiar with Avatar, this is easy. You're just like, oh yeah, would you rather bend earth, water, fire, air? Now, for those who are more familiar with Avatar, would you rather live, as a second part to this, in the Water Tribe, in the Fire Nation, in the Earth Kingdom, or in the Air Temple? So let me talk to you about how I feel. I feel like I'm an earthbender, which is unfortunate, and all of my friends agree with me, even though I am the United States Aviator, which is a very air-themed title. I'm an earthbender. And I got no qualms about it. I love earthbending. It is actually my favorite of the bendings, but that is what it is. In terms of where I would want to live, I think it is a toss-up between the Earth Kingdom and low-key the Water Tribe. I think the Water Tribe is like, y'all, I love the cold and I love the snow, so I'd be like, oh yeah, Water Tribe. So maybe that, but I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, it's gonna be the Earth Kingdom. Bossing says dope. I would have loved to live in Bossing Say. Would have had a blast. That being said, those are my picks. Let me know yours in the comments. I'm actually very curious to see what you would choose. What kind of bending would you do? That being said, I guess we're ready to start. Let's do this bad boy. Are you ready? Well, you better be, because... Alright, what do we got down here? I'm sure I can grab something. Oh. It's Toon Link! Dude, I was worried about you, dude. Cause, like, Asnir's been missing, my guy. And we haven't seen Asnir in ages, but, like, I was worried you might be missing, too. A lot of people going missing, and I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. A little scary, a little terrifying, a little spooky. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Toon Link has 8 letters in his name. Let's resimulate 8 times. Shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and for Toon Link's valiant return, I don't know where he was. 8 times. Okay, I got a peek at these secret achievements. We got 5 of them left, and I really think all of them could hit this episode, and I think 3 of them could hit next episode. 2 of them are exclusive to this simulator. We'll see if they pop up. We'll see. Right here, right now, as we proceed, and the horns, they do their thing. Horn bears, if you would like to sound those horns, that would be fantastic. Oh, they did. Alright, I'm done. Let's go. Gundam and Hiroko engage in a friendly knife fight, little stab. A stab it to the left, a stab it to the right. Come on everybody, let's stab tonight. Juzo grabs a backpack and retreats. Crazy Oko rides in the arena on a unicorn. Yuta, Kyoko, and Rantaro assist each other in getting the best of the weapons. Masaru smashes Leon across the face with a brick, but Leon shrugs off the blow just inside. Jack runs away from the cornucopia. Hina attacks Hiro, but Kaede protects him, killing Hina. Hina, I believe, has died first, and is the agent of chaos, which means Chaos Nagisa is completely safe. Nekamaru takes a chuckle from inside of the cornucopia. You know, I feel like I've lived down that Spiko, which is a typo except verbally. Daisaku and Maki argue over supplies. The champion takes advantage of kills them both. Jotaro is beaten to death with a chair by Seiko. Usami runs away from the cornucopia. Taichi runs away from the cornucopia as well. A sudden urge of dread overcomes Chisa as they see Sakura staring at her. Mitarai comes into the arena on a unicorn as well. A couple unicorn rangers out here. Go, go, unicorn rangers! Angie plays all the hornbearer instruments at once. It's so awful that the hornbearers team up and absolutely demolish Angie. Taka sets off explosive, taking out Kurakuma, Kizakura, Mondo, and Kokichi. I don't know if I made any picks, but I'll make them at saving grace picks. Akane runs away from the cornucopia, as is Munakata. Gozu grabs a honey glaze. You know, I don't really crave ham ever in the year, you know what I mean? But like, I'll have ham maybe 3 times a year for like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. I'm low-key kind of craving ham after reading that. Like, a slice of honey glazed ham sounds delicious. But I'll probably be over it by, like, the end of the day. Is that mystery Bing? Alright, look, you guys. I'm gonna solve whatever the heck that is. Eventually. Probably not tonight. But Hajime and Mikon wrestle over a bag. Monosuke comes in, throws pocket sand at the both of them, and allows him to snatch the bag with ease. Makoto finds a canteen full of water. Shirokuma and Kaito try to find a way to escape. Nagito runs away from the cornucopia. Mahu snatches a pair of sais. Tinko and Haiji fight for a bag. Haiji gives up and retreats, and Corey gets as much food as he possibly can as day 1 begins. And name a more iconic trio than Akane, Rantaro, and Juzo. I'll wait. I've waited. Oh, Mahiru. Oh, Mahiru. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is really funny because this is an Avatar-themed episode. My appa that was on this desk fell over and it hit the terrible turnabout music. But it's not a terrible turnabout, it's a new day. Yes, it is. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. And Biggie does not rock, but New Day rocks. We'll proceed. Munakata, Sakura, and Leon join the Adventurers Guild and are assigned roles based on their stats. Munakata is the Righteous Knight. Sakura, the Wise and Wizard, and Leon is a janitor. Hiro drives up to Makidamo's, wants an ice cream. Fortune machine is working. How lucky. Usami receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Tinko spends a date ticket on Seiko. That's girl love at its finest. Crazy Yoko plants flowers around our campsite. Kaito misses out season 2. Gundam sees a pale Nagisa wash ashore, unmoving, revives him with CPR. Nagito gets his hand stuck in a can of Pringles. Haiji, Hiroko, Hajime, Taichi, and Mikan all track down and kill Kaede. Rest in peace, Asylum, Akamatsu. Makoto, Chisa, and Mitrai fin together a pack of starving wolves as they band together. Kori draws Among Us. Masaru sleeps the entire day away from everyone else. Guzu is confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. Shirokuma holds Kyoko's head underwater, but Kyoko simply grabs him, drags him in there with him. They're both unable to kill one another, so they both simply swim away. Nekamaru of the squad bleeds out due to untreated injuries. My guy. Taka commits Sora. Yuta doesn't believe in palindromes. Monosuke reminds you, yes you dear viewer, and admittedly, this is a rare time. I actually have my water bottle filled. It is just not within arm's reach. But okay, so look. I believe in staying hydrated. And if I can't hydrate right now, I need you guys to, and I will hydrate vicariously through you. So go ahead and sip some water, go ahead. If you don't have any, go get some, pause it right now, and go get some water. Because you know you haven't had enough water today. Come on, you know you haven't. You know you haven't, go get some, In fact, this is the start of the episode. Hey, stop the music, stop it right now, hey. I know you ain't have enough water today. I know you haven't. So get up, get on up, and go get some water. If you don't get water, I can't drink water vicariously through you. That's osmosis through the screen. And if you don't have water, then I'll feel dehydrated. And if I feel dehydrated, I know that you haven't had water. So don't even start this episode, pause it right now, and go get yourself a bottle of water. Go fill up a cup, go fill up your bottle, your sports bottle, whatever you gotta do. Go get a sponge and just drench it down your throat if you have to, because if you don't, I'll feel the dryness in my throat, and I will know, and I will not do anything about it, but you know what I will be? I'll be disappointed in you. It's about to be a hot summer season. So be sure to stay hydrated, because I'll know. Okay. That's wrong. And Jack makes a life-size cardboard cutout of freaking side to spite Avi. I'll remember that, Genocide Jack. Do we have an arena event? No, but we have 12 people gone. I could have just not had any music playing afterwards. That's Claire de Lune time. Hina, Daisaku, Maki, Jotaro, Angie, Kurakuma, Kizakura, Mondo, Kokichi, Kaede, Nekamaru. See everybody's statuses real quick. This is a pretty hefty-ish game, right? It is 11 people, so 44. It is 11, right? Is it 11? Yeah, 5 and 6. Yeah, it's 11. Water has lost, what, 3? Fire has lost just 2. Earth has lost 4, so they're at the slight deficit right now because air has only lost 2 as well. We got a whole fight ahead of us. 44 competitors, we only lost 11 of them. I guess we got 33 left actually, so that is a quarter of the competition, so let me take a step back. We lost a fair share, but we must proceed to see how this all plays out, and at the start of night 1, Nagito hits Mahiru with some sweet chin music. Masaru sets up a trap to kill Crazy Yoko, but the trap fails, only manages to cripple Crazy Yoko. Masaru attempts to try again, but Rentaro finds out about the plan and takes out Masaru. Kaito hops into an inflatable cauldron and makes jokes about how he's emergency food, he might have a problem. Yuta finds a dapper suit and puts it on. Even if it's the wrong simulator, he looks super fly. At long last, Akane has finished her novel. Not a secret achievement. Monosuke and Taichi just discuss rather if that big stone is a boulder or a rock. Juzo dyes her blue. Mikan dresses up as Makoto, but breaks out in cosplays. Makoto laughs. Munakata uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Gundam and Taka start kicking Hiro for unknown reasons. Hiroko finishes her nighttime coffee before joining in. Mitsurai uses some fireworks to distract Hajime. We're seeing a lot of distractions this time around. To distract Hajime and Tinko, but Tinko's only pretending to be distracted, so when Mitsurai walks up to kill them, she kills him, saving herself and Hajime both from death, as Kyoko is about to die, but Chisa says, no, that doesn't count. Gozu acts cute. Oh. But will he be cute and a tag team champion at the end of Rebellion Live? We'll see. Nagisa and Leon and Seiko find the Triforce. They each take a piece for themselves. Nagisa now is the Triforce of Courage, Leon, Wisdom, and Seiko, Power. Admittedly, I think this probably should have been reshuffled. Haiji unknowingly eats toxic berries. Sakura panics and tries to cure Haiji and succeeds. Shirokuma and Kori have a tea party together. While the kettle he's reaching for, he knocks it over, spilling imaginary boiling water on Kori's lap, but it burns like the real thing. I think I would freak the freak out. Just like Jack accidentally burns down Avi's wares and despairs, but I let it slide because of an accident. Jack, that's like 2 strikes. You burned out a giant Sayaka. You burned down my store. Jack, do we need to talk? Do we need to have a moment? And Usami plays the secret achievement music, so go and do your thing. Shall we proceed? That was just the night. We still have another day to get through. In day 2, sees Taka shooting an arrow right into Nagito's head. Chisa is so excited about her super weapon that'll take over the arena that she wrote a song about it. Shirokuma decides to lend Avi a hand and kills Komodo that's loose in the arena. Hiro falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Gozu and Gundam play tricks on Tinko, while Kori steals from her room these degenerate males. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Kaito? So in the actual, game, Kaito's probably about a 6 or a 7 for me. Above half, but I feel like he's probably about a 6 or a 7. Probably leaning more towards 7. He probably is a 7. In the AWE, he's like an 8.5. Kaito, he kind of hits different, you know what I mean? Munakata shoots Sakura with a shrink ray and steps on her. Jeez Louise. When all squish. Nagisa asks for my soundboard. Usami does the same, and I say, hey, you know what? You both can have it. And they both throw epic dance parties. Nagisa with Yuta, Hajime, and Akane, and Seiko. Usami with Monosuke, Hiroko, Juzo, and Crazy Yoko. If you had to get invited to one of those 2 parties, which one are you going to? Me? It's not really tough, actually, but the other one got Mama. I was gonna say, it's probably easily the first one for me. And I think it is still the first one for me, but Mama. Haiji starts writing a novel. Will they ever finish it? Leon violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. Taichi and Mikan work together to toss Makoto's items in the lava. And Genocide Jack, Kyoko, and Rantaro track down and kill Mahiru. That brings us to our fallen tributes, and it's another 6 gone. And that means it's time for a little Claire de Lune 4. Masaru, Mitsurai, Nagito, Hiro, Sakura, Mahiru. Little Masaru Mahiru action. Gotta put the secret achievements over here. There we go. I told you guys about this new mouse pad, right? It's got a phone charger on it, so I can sit my phone up. But the secret achievement pad kept knocking it down, so I was like, let me reorient this. We'll see everybody's statuses though. We had 33, so we got 27 left. I'll do a double check. We do indeed have 27 left. And as such, Water Tribe is down 4. Fire Nation is down 4 as well. Earth Kingdom is down 5, it looks like, and the Air Temple, it's pretty even actually, also down 4. Yeah, okay, everything's looking okay for the most part. This is one of the most even matches that we've had in a long time. Let's see how it all continues, shall we? We still got a couple secret achievements that may hit. Will they hit? Let's find out. We proceed and we see Rantaro Stop being selfish. Genocide Jack berates Haiji for not protecting her better. Throughout the entire night, Munakata tells Kyoko a bunch of useless fun facts under the cover of the darkness. Juzo spies on Akane throughout the entire night. Mikon also tells Makoto a bunch of useless fun facts. Yuta presses the big red button. Finds the big red button rather. He decides to press it, but actually decides not to press it, but trips and activates the button. Nagisa, Taichi, and Taka suddenly drop dead for no discernible reason. It's not often that these big red buttons kill people, but 3 just dropped. Corey never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. Leon puts his trust in Gozu, allows himself to fall backwards. Gozu does nothing and watches him fall. How rude. Gundam reminisces about Season 7. Tinko receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Usami finds a care package but is unable to open it. Seiko, Kaito, Crazy Hiyoko, Hiroko, Shirakuma, and Chisa play blackjack, but gamble using their lives. Crazy Hiyoko survives. And that is one of the last exclusive events to this simulator in terms of secret achievements. It is gamble with your lives and win. Crazy Hiyoko. Going a little crazy. Going a little crazy with the gambling. That's a lot of people gone. And Crazy Hiyoko takes that W. Congratulations to her. Will she take the W as well and get you guys another fan vote? We'll see. We'll see. My Hero, I think, did that earlier this season. Can she follow in My Hero's footsteps? A little best friend action. Hajime taints Monosuke's food, killing him. Jeez Louise, this was... this ended up being a couple big events and a couple people just, you know, perishing to the side. It's day 3, and Hajime seems to be dead. But it's a lie. Tinko gets her ultimate license revoked. She's no longer the ultimate Aikido master, Neo Aikido, something like that. Makoto uses spells such as suck the intelligence out of Kyoko. It fails because there's nothing to suck out. Dang. Who'd have thunk she's a dummy? Corey uses secret technique, running away. Genocide Jack throws a pebble in anger in a strange series of events. He calls a small landslide, killing the Gozu of greatness, killing Yuta and Juzo, the Gozu of greatness. Munakata violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. Akane sees a pale Crazy Yoko washed ashore unmoving, revives her with CPR. Leon stabs Rantaro with a sword, revives him with a wish ring, repeats the process until it burns their hand. Rantaro runs off. Usami kills Mikon with her own weapon. Gundam receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. And Haiji wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. And unless there's an arena event, and there's not, that's 13. Which means we're well within the teens now as we hit Claire de Lune 4. Nagisa, Taichi, Taka, Seiko, Kaito, Hiroko, Shirakuma, Chisa, Monosuke, Gozu, Yuta, Juzo, Mikon. See everybody's statuses. We have 14? We do indeed have 14 left. This is where things we gotta really start paying attention. Water Tribe now only has 2 competitors left. The Fire Nation is going wild. Everything might change when the Fire Nation attack. Leon, Tinko, Akane, Genocide Jack, and Munakata hold strong with a 5 out of 14 chance to win this thing. Earth Kingdom, not giving up yet. They got Gundam, they got Haiji, and they got Corey in the house. Corey in the kingdom. But Air Tribe also doing fairly well as well. They still got 4. So right now, Air Tribe, even though, you know, they were wiped out first, could they be the last one standing here today? Well, it's time to wait and see. 14 left, 4 more into your saving grace picks. We will likely see the feast coming about this this round, unless everybody's just like real peaceful. But let's find out together, shall we? As we proceed, I wonder which nation's gonna win, but Kyoko gets infected by the despair disease and starts insulting everybody who passed her by relentlessly. Haiji refuses to leave an injured Gundam side. Akane screams, "Into the void!" And look at this. If Makoto or Rantaro are the agent of chaos and their target champion is still alive, chaos reigns. That did not happen. Jack thinks that she is the protagonist. In actuality, Tinko's the protagonist, and Genocide Jack is the antagonist. A starving Munakata trades nearly half of his supplies for Corey's loaf of bread. Hajime finds a big red button, presses immediately, but it don't do a thing. Usami finds a dark Deva in the arena and befriends it. Leon gets a hold of my soundboard, and Corey's earlier said, I never want to hear Megalovania ever again. Well, say Megalovania and it appears. I wonder if there's a Joe Hendry Megalovania crossover version of the song. If there's not, maybe that'll be something I do in my my spare time. I ain't got none of that. Crazy Yoko climbs to an Exasol. It is Megalovania that usually means blood, but doesn't mean the feast today. It does, because as the cornucopia is replenished with food, memories, weapons, memoirs from the tribute's families, Corey says, I never wanted to hear this again. Shah! Tosses a knife into Haiji's head. Genocide Jack kills Makoto for his supplies, and he's out of here as well. If Tinko is the agent of Chaos and their target champion is still alive, should not. Chaos reigns, it doesn't. Rantaro sets on explosive, taking out Crazy Yoko. Hajime and Usami all gone. Rantaro survives that. Akane shoots an arrow into Kyoko's head. Dang. Gundam gathers as much food as he can before fleeing, and Munakata stabs Leon while his back is turned. In fact, there were only 2 non-fatal events in this one. We are now down, 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 and will we be even further? We might. As Genocide Jack embraces spring at the start of day 4, planting roses outside of her camp. Rantaro, as an employee of Avi's Words and Despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Akane suddenly exclaims, not the Komodos, for every reason in particular. Gundam finds the remains of a Viking pirate ship, and so does Tinko. Munakata prepares a museum from my artwork, and Corey draws Among Us. And unless there's an arena event, which there could be, and there's not, we lost half of the field. We were down 14, missed 7, and now 7 remain. So I guess for the last bit of this, because we're about to hit Saving Grace Fix music, let's walk into a very funky Fallen Tributes. Haiji, Makoto, Crazy, Hyoko, Hajime, Usami, Kyoko, Leon. Ladies and gentlemen, we got funky with it. And the Water Tribe is out. And without further ado, look at the Fire Nation. They're still going strong. We got 7 competitors left, and more than half of them are from the Fire Nation. Is it going to be true that the Fire Nation attacks, or will another nation take the victory? I'm not sure for certain, but I can say, let's make some new picks. It's sure. Saving Grace picks. Let me talk to you. We have Akane. Akane is here. She's standing tall. She's ready for this. She's ready, willing, and able to take this W. Genocide Jack, who's got 5 kills to her name. Can she take the W for herself, for the squad, even though she has been very anti-squad this episode? We're not going to talk about it, though. Tinko, the one and only Neo Aikido master, but that talent license was revoked. Can she get it back by getting a W today? And Munakata remains for the Fire Nation. Those are your final 4 from there. Let's head to the Earth Kingdom. It brings us down to Gundam and Corey. Steadfast, strong individuals. Unwavering individuals as well. Firm to their beliefs. Will they take the W for the Earth Kingdom today? Unknown, but that's 6 competitors. And 1 remains. For the Nation of Air, for the Air Nomads, Rantaro's still traveling around and around. Will he pick up the victory as the last Airbender? Will it be his final wish, the Wish King? Will he be the final Airbender? He is the last Airbender, but will he win? I'm not sure. Make your picks first, second, third in the comments right down there below. I'll make mine as well right now, unless your picks are still in, which is good for you. I'm going to pick Rantaro for first because, you know, who doesn't love an underdog story? For second, I'm going to take Tinko because I feel like it might be a little Tinko time. Tinko hasn't had a big W in a little bit, so I think she might get this one. And for third, it's a party every week, baby. Corey's in the house. I think somehow, some way, the final 3 are going to be from 3 different nations, and those are the 3 people that I think it's going to be. What are you thinking? Do you think it's going to be a sweep for our nation? see? We'll find out together because it is your final 7. And within your final 7, we know that all 7 of these are holding out hope for victory, trying to prove that their nation is the best, their bending is the best. And most notably, they've got the same heartbeat, the same pulse determination as that of a samurai woman. It is your final 7, Akane, Genocide Jack, Tenko, Munakata for the Fire Nation, Gundam and Kori for the Earth Kingdom, and Rantaro, the Soul Air Nomad, the Last Airbender. Kori accuses Avi of not being the real Avi? How could you? Akane submits an application to join the squad. Genocide Jack helps Akane mail the application. You know me and Akane have beef. Gundam challenges Rantaro to a dance-off. Gundam absolutely dominates. Munakata stays up all night to try and catch the mastermind, but falls asleep. And Tenko falls into a frozen lake and drowns. That brings us down to 6. And of our final 6, that means that it is now 3 Fire Nation, 2 Earth Kingdom, and 1 Nomad. And as we go on, the Air Nomads are gone. Kori sees a first aid kit from the comment section. Gundam is ready for the fight before Christmas. You got a little ways to go until then. Munakata prepares for the performs an Nori tradition of making Genocide Jack close 5 minutes after they meet. And Avi, the ultimate jinx, comments on how well Rantaro is doing, and then watches Rantaro accept his fate and walk right off of a cliff. That is 2 of my 3 saving grace picks. We will see how this plays out. Can we get an arena event to kill my 3rd? No, okay. We're not going that far with that. Not that far in heavy with the jinx, but you know what? I guess we'll get a little Claire de Lune. No, it's a terrible turnabout actually for Tenko and the Air Nation, Rantaro. That brings us down to 5. We had 7, we're down to 5. Let's see everybody's statuses. It is now 3v2. Fire Nation could still sweep, but Earth Kingdom still, once again, holding steadfast. That's what the Earth Kingdom does. Will it be Akane, Jack, or Munakata? Will it be Gundam, or Kori in the house? No matter what it is, those 5 are all caught what we like to call within our final 5, a crisis of fate. Final 5, Fire Nation, Earth Kingdom. Who wins? We see Kori uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Munakata throws what they think is a Molotov at Genocide Jack. Turns out the Molotov is just a rag, it's not even on fire. Akane tries to go into the secret underground casino located in the arena, but gets turned away by the bouncer. In anyone else's hands, a microphone is a microphone. In Gundam's, it's a pipe bomb. Will he use it though? Is the real question. Still at your final 5, and still proceeding. Seeing that Akane's unknown sponsor is Sayaka, Avi's not gonna like that. Genocide, that application you just sent in. Genocide Jack soars to greatness with stolen wings. Unfortunately, the greatness is hitting the top of the arena border, and Genocide Jack has indeed perished. It is now a 2v2 between the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom as Munakata works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Gundam is horrified when Kori goes to a job interview for it. It is Munakata, it's Gundam, it's Kori, it's Akane. It's your final 4, and after one terrible turnabout for Genocide Jack, who was really testing my patience this episode, but you know, everybody does it every once in a while. It is what it is. See everybody's statuses one more time as we tiptoe towards our final few. It is Akane and Munakata holding on for the Fire Nation. As I said before, Earth Kingdom always holding on steadfast. Who is it gonna be? Still a crisis of fate. Let's see if we get there. It could all end. We know 4 people can be the end of an episode very quickly with one event. However, Munakata etches a sketch in a tree. Kori takes it as a threat. Gundam also throws a Molotov at Akane, which turns out to just be a rag. It's not even on fire. We proceed one more time. As the 4 of them just play cards. I told you, y'all, there's some 4 events, and we see them all the time. Nobody perishes. We proceed again. Oh my gosh, what a terrible turnabout. Because in anyone else's hands, a microphone is just a microphone, but now in Akane's hands, a microphone is a pipe bomb which is used to blow up Gundam. Kori's unknown sponsor is Munakata, and that brings us down to the Fire Nations, Akane and Munakata versus Earth Kingdom Kori proceed to see that Kori kills Munakata with a shot put ball, and Akane drives up to Maki Donald's, wants ice cream, but unfortunately the ice cream machine is working. How lucky. That brings us down to 2. Kori, Akane, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, 1v1, and there is no arena event, which means this is the final terrible turnabout for Gundam Munakata. Are you ready? Because it's about to be all over. These two teams have been going back and forth, and in the final 2, they are the final 2. And it's the final who? Who will it be? Akane? Kori. As we said, steadfast, iron-willed in their beliefs, a structured human being. Kori is in the house and Kori is in the kingdom. Will he win today? And on the other side, we see Akane holding out hope, holding and hanging in there tough. She has had a very interesting season, almost as if she's just like completely opposing the fantastic and incredible Saint Junko, blessed be. She seems to try to be the antithesis of that. I've noticed it. Some of you all have all noticed it. If she wins this thing, she's got a shot at that singles title. Will she get it? Or will it be Kori, Akane? Both? Neither. Fire Nation, Earth Tribe, I'm sorry, Earth Kingdom. We proceed and see that everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. And Akane headbutts Kori out of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote. And standing tall at the end of this episode is the Fire Nation. Because your winner, representing the Fire Nation, it is Akane. Someone who is trying to become this antithesis of Saint Junko, but that will never work because blessed be Junko Enoshima. However, today, Akane does get the upper hand because Junko wasn't here. Remember that Junko was not here today. That's the case. But also remember, because she's in the finale, there's a world where it just does not happen, and that world could exist. And we need Saint Junko to save us from that world. Because right now Akane looks to maybe Akane's looking to sabotage both finales because her team is in the finale too. So you know, look at this. Akane taking the W today for the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation prevails. If you chose Fire Nation, good on you. I do like most of the Fire Nation, low-key. You know, some of the, you know, militarily, you know, they were a little rough in Avatar, but you know, we love a good firebender. There's a couple good fire. Glyro, my guy, firebender. Love a little Iroh. You know what I'm saying? You might not know what I'm saying. That is that Akane is number 1, Kori in 2nd, Munakata 3rd, Gundam 4th, Genocide Jack 5th, Rantaro 6th, Tenko 7th, Leon 8th, Kyoko 9th, and rounding off your top 10 was Usami. Bring up the bracket. Crazy Hiyoko pulled off a secret achievement, gambling at its finest, and gets that spot, and Akane takes the other one, so the best of luck to the both of them. So a couple secret achievements that could hit, but it's almost instead time for fan voting. And we had a couple people this season just pick up a fan vote, which is, you know, not unheard of, but you know, they sure did it. They sure did it. You know, some people had a strong season looking back at the bracket. But as we come on back, we'll do a little scroll through everybody else, a little scroll all the way through. Keep on going. Hina was in last place. Dang, this could have been for the... yo, imagine if Akane won the championship. I like Akane, I really do. But you know, this whole season she's kind of been, you know, on Saint Junko's back, so you know, I gotta feel some type of way about that. Once again, Hina perished first at the hands of Kaede, but it all ended with Akane headbutting Kori out of existence and out of the house, out of the Earth Kingdom, because the Fire Nation burned it down. Proceed one more again. And at the top, it is Genocide, Jack, and Rantaro both with 5 KOs, and Taka with 5 KOs. Big, strong start for those guys. Akane with 3, Yuta with 3, Hajime, Kori, Munakata, and Nagisa all with 2. Everyone else with 1 or none, and this was a fantastic experience. Fire Nation wins, Earth Kingdom in 2nd, the Air Nomads in 3rd, and the Water Tribe in 4th. You know what, maybe I jinxed them by saying, hey, Water Tribe, and I also picked Earth Kingdom, so, you know, neither of them could win, so, you know, it is what it is. We'll go back to the Reaping one more again, and that was our episode, and tonight it is Fracture. So get excited for it. Get excited for it. So there we go. The first Fracture in WWE 2K25. We got ourselves a show on our hands. I can't say too much about it, but it's a setup because, you know, we're about to have some championship matches going in to the Rebellion Live. Rebellion Live almost always feels like a mini pay-per-view, and there might be something like that going on later on in the summertime, but get ready for it. OC submissions also open this weekend. I'm not sure if they're this Friday or this Sunday. Sunday we'll talk about it. That's his jib. We'll see how that all plays out. Get excited because we got some fun matches, and most notably, it is official tonight. Arrow could not hold back anymore after seeing that thing touch their wife. Arrow versus the creature, the Swang. One-on-one. Fracture. Be there, because it will be something special. But you know what? I'm running out of time. No joke in relation to the song. Fracture tonight. If you were watching this as it's coming out, hey, get ready, because it's almost Fracture time. Go get some water. Yeah, you better stay hydrated. Toodaloo Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.